Hello, all you movers and shakers. Today's video is going to be about your shoulders and how you can effectively release tensions and tension patterns, fascial tensions in the shoulders. We're going to do this by using hangs, a movement pattern that has been probably fairly to be said, maybe neglected in the yoga world. We don't have so much to hang off in that specific environment. So using hangs is a great way to open up shoulder mobility, open up those secondary breathing muscles that we have up there. So really opening up posture, opening up the breathing is something that you can do very effectively with just hanging in there. So you want to find something that you can hang off. It could be a bar, it could be a door frame that you can actually reach. So very simple. You want to find something that you can hang, get a good grip, then starting to hang your weight in, letting the shoulders naturally rise up here to the ears, hanging in there. Maybe already starting to feel where this is giving you a stretch and where there might be some, patterns of tension throughout your back and spine, and just finding some, deeper breaths to start to open up into this deeper stretch. In the beginning, you can definitely use the feet sit on the floor, and then anything from 10, 20, 30 seconds hanging in is good for the beginning. Gently, carefully releasing. You want to feel the effects of that always and check in what that does. There will be tension throughout the nervous system, or like, holding patterns that you will notice, and over time you can more and more release those with hanging in, breathing, staying maybe a couple of seconds longer, but really listening and not overdoing it. You can definitely also overdo the hangs. But once you get the hang of it, you can start to also use one hand and one arm hangs. Again, use the weight that works for you. You can keep the feet on the floor. Now going on one hand, finding a good grip in there, and just hanging in, seeing what kind of a different stimulation it gives you. Maybe you get more of a stretch on the sides of the body, the lats here. You can also start to then twist here. So with rings this won't work, but with a bar or with a frame this definitely works. You can start to twist and walk around, going fully into one side and then fully also into the other side. You will feel this stretch also along the arms, radius ulna, that sort of mobility in there, and really throughout, shoulders and the sides of the body. Of course, you won't always do both sides, but what I'm going to give you next is just a last little point that will be also useful for various things, which is getting in that shoulder mobility and that scapular motion. So here actually, when I raise up the shoulders, it's also my shoulder blades that come up, and if I pull my shoulders down, it's actually my scaps that are pulling down. So that motion of elevation and depression, that motion of raising the shoulders and pulling your shoulders down, is something that's also really good to do while you're hanging. So this is another variation you can do. You could just use the hangs, you can use the twists, and if you want to add in a bit more mobility for your shoulders, a means of movement that you probably are not experiencing much if you're in the yoga worlds only. Here, hanging in as the beginning, and then starting to pull away the shoulders from the ears like you will do it in Cobra, maybe even pulling the scaps behind together, and going through that motion a couple of times, going full range of motion here, letting the shoulders raise up, and then pulling the shoulders all the way down. You can do that 3, 5 times. Anytime that whenever you walk, through the door frame, use it as a transition point, as a moment of awareness, as a moment of letting your body open up. And over time, really, if you do this for a couple of weeks, your shoulders really will start to feel open and naturally good. I've had 2 serious shoulder injuries with operations, so this stuff, one of them with, the other one I didn't need anymore. This really helped me to move through and open those tensions again. I hope this will serve you well. I know it will. Namaste.